What's going on, guys? So today on this SHOKY third-party little itty-bitty Transformer committee review, we're going to be taking a look at the first set of the Constructicons from NewAge, and it is their number 29 RUM and number 30 VANE. I have no idea where they got these names from. They have some of their naming convention makes sense. I just honestly don't know what this is, and I love that we get a very Diaclone-esque box here. Looks pretty cool. So, by the way, that's Bone Crusher and Scavenger for those who don't care about the names, and I will be referring to them by their normal names from here on out. Here's packaging. They do come in 2 packs. You get all 6 of them in 2 packs, and then you get the rest of the parts later on their own, or seemingly there's an entire box set, or maybe it's just you buy them all in one shot. You know, it just depends on where you're getting it from. I got it from Chosen Prime. You should have seen the out the box already a couple months ago. I'm just now getting around to actually doing a proper close-up review. So it is what it is. But you guys know I love me some Legend scale stuff. I love me some NewAge. And this is a massive step up, at least in my opinion, from the old school DX9 Hulky, which was a more all-in-one style Devastator combiner. So artwork, stuff going, NewAge Legendary Heroes. Come around here, you got Demolition's RUM, and then you got their Hephaestus, which is their version of good old, I keep wanting to say Constructor, because I've said it so many times, Devastator. Nice image here, actually, of Starscream's coronation. In fact, you see him here being all coronated. You get the throne of the Decepticons back there. You got a cone head. I still need the cone heads, but, oh well, it is what it is. So that is the Hephaestus A set. I like nice gold thing there. NewAge is 15 plus. Hey, I'm right in the middle of that. Let's see here. Come around here, and you got Mining VANE, and even a different position there for Devastator. Let's see, up top, you got Demolition's RUM. Bottom, you get Mining VANE. I don't know. It is what it is. So, it's pretty cool. That's the box. And then, of course, you get the instructions, which is a significantly larger sheet than I feel it should be, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, I didn't really check out the instructions at all. So, like, I don't even think... Yeah, I don't think I ever checked out the instructions. I think I just did it blind, and I was, like, super whited out, but pretty good instructions. They're not even that difficult, if I'm honest with you. Like, it's a fairly comprehensive... is that even the word I want to use? Comprehensive, I guess. You can comprehend these instructions without too much effort. Now, before we go too far, I want to talk about the extra things they come with. So these guys alone come with 6 Energon cubes. And they're essentially the exact same ones that we got not long ago with Soundwave, I believe it was. I believe it came with Soundwave. So we got a few from there. So we got 6 more. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Soundwave. It was the Insecticons. That's right. So, the Insecticon set. So, more of those. Yay, we can have a whole giant wall of Energon cubes if you're so inclined. And then I'll talk about the rest of their accessories when we get that far, because we're not starting in bot mode, are we? Nope. Yep, we're definitely starting in our little itty-bitty vehicle modes. Now, make sure you go watch the Taro video over on the secondary channel. I almost never link it, but you should be following the Shoky Review 2 channel anyways, just to see what I post over there, because, guys, I'm making content as fast as I can between both channels and even my third channel, which is unrelated to all of this. So, we got RUM and VANE here in their classic G1 modes. I don't think I have the images anymore, but if I do, they're somewhere. So, they look great, you know. Got the big Scooby-Doo, and then this Scoopy, not Scooby, and then a bulldozer thing here. Let's look at them at one at a time. So, off there. And, you know, the neon green, which is, like, super bright on camera. Now, here's the thing. Because I'm doing this as I go, right? This looks like it's basically glowing to me on camera. Not in real life, but on camera. And also, I don't know if it'll look that good in the edit. We shall see. But one thing that I think is ever so slightly controversial is this. The purple tracks. That is just an homage to the original G1 Devastator toy, and even, well, I guess toy, and also on screen image, it had the purple to kind of make it match. The thing is, on all of the previous shots, this is all solid green. All of the original release pictures, all of their set pictures that they take, all had that as green. The final version got painted purple. I think they should have given you an option. You know, I think it's a little unfair to give everybody the purple if they didn't want it. I didn't want it. It is what it is. So, I did slap a kind of just universal Decepticon logo there. Technically, it should be a little bit bigger, but the way this has to fold, any decal you put there probably going to get wrecked. You could also put it up here, but then it doesn't look as good as it being down there. He does come with the kind of exhaust pipes slash mounting point for the non-existent drill, just like G1 toy. He does have his little seat kind of going on in there, which I think is cool. Got the foldable cover, which this is always a funny looking bulldozer to me. If you turn him over, you do kind of have visible head syndrome, and you know, me personally, I turn his head around so you just don't see the face. Some other people actually just leave that out as it goes. You do got molded in treads all the way around. Unfortunately, the shovel bit here is actually attached directly to the treads, so you can't like get that out of the way. And yeah, for the most part, the only paint at all is essentially visible already. So that, and then here, but that's more for bot mode for obvious reasons, you know. Okay, so let's look at Scavenger as well. So I'm going to do it at one of each mode, and then transformations, you know how this should go. Doing two at a time. So this guy has all of the playability. And also, guys, fun fact, if you didn't watch my Constructor review, Scavenger was the very first Constructicon I got as a kid. So that's pretty cool. I'm also ever so slightly sad I sold my Devastator, my G1 re-release Devastator. Now I'm putting back. It's like when I needed that money, wasn't sad. Now I'm slightly sad. But I love the fact the shovel works and you can do all of this. You know, you can kind of do this. It's cool. He does swivel all the way around, which is fun. The cab is the only thing that's essentially painted. I mean, a little bit of grayish paint right there, but that's it. And then purple plastic everywhere else for the most part. Okay, I gotta raise this light up. My hand keeps blocking it. There we go. Much better. Look at that. And then hidden Decepticon logo. In reality, for the normal image, the Decepticon logo goes like right here. But for obvious reason, that can't go there. So I just snuck one right there. Those are just the universal legend scale versions. So, and I mean, that's them. I mean, even the treads are technically the same mold, just done ever so slightly different to each other. And then, just for comparison's sake, we'll bring in kind of their biggest competitor. Bring in the DX9 Dinobots that I have left out from the Studio Series review, which I know you guys have already seen. The whopping, like, 50 of you who've seen that. And then, because we gotta have some kind of car bot, there's Taxi Ratchet and Silver Streak. So, can you guys guess what review is coming up soon? Exactly. So, let's go ahead and do transformation. We'll start with Mr. Crusher of Bones here. And pretty easy. So, for the most part, you can just come up under here and close the little setums down. And you can fold that flat, you know. And then, something that's slightly disconcerting. It's pegged in here, 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 and here. So part of you will want to like just start pulling things apart, but it's actually held together really solidly. So it's tabbed in from underneath, from the side, all the way up to here. So this thing is actually really solid. So you gotta be careful just in how you pull, so that you pull one leg that way a little bit. You can also just use a little bit of the rocker here to kind of rock it loose a little, like that. And then you can utilize the hip joint to flip that down. And we'll go ahead and transform the feet while we're here. I think this is some of the best engineering they've come up with. It's a little weird, but I like what they did. So the foot is actually part of this, but then also hidden here. So you want to lift this up, and that'll give you access to everything else. Then now that that's open, you can pull out what's going to be the toes. But then you also flip this around, like so, and then push this in. Oh, sorry, looking at it wrong. Push it in like that. And then go ahead and close that back. Oh, sorry, flip this all the way in. I forgot about that. And then close up the foot. So the shovel becomes your heel spur, which is interesting. Also, I definitely scared myself by the way I was pushing that, because I was pushing it in the wrong direction. Where does this hair come from? What the heck? And it's my hair, but that's weird. Okay, so we want to do that, and there's a slider in there, and it's a pretty hefty pin, though I would definitely be scared that that might break over time. It does look like it's got a hairline crack in it already. Rotate the foot 180 degrees, close that bit, flip that down like so, and then you can do that with the hips, and drop the legs straight down. So we got this. So we got standing bulldozer. It's been a while since I got a standing bulldozer. Okay, so now you've got tabs here and there. I'm just gonna pull that out, and you can drop that down effectively. So now you can see the head is here doing its thing. I need to raise up just a hair. Even if it's short butts, I have to raise up a hair. Dunk. And pull that apart. Swing the shoulders down. Go ahead and pop the head up and turn it around. Make sure it's squared up there. This part you want to shut like that. Then the chest bit, you want to close this part. And flip this over, and you got tabs, you got holes. Basically just make his chest work. Oh, and then all of that tucks back in, as it just did. Rotate the shoulders down. Now this is something I missed initially, because I didn't look at the instructions. You actually extend the forearms. Now it feels uncomfortable, but it will extend just that much to give you a little bit more elbow room. And go ahead and extract the hands. Turn the shoulder. Pull down the arm, flip out the hand, adjust the shoulder, and there we go. So he looks pretty dang good. So you now get all of the chest paint, the reds, the purples there, and then of course, you know, the sticker already added. And his face has the most paint with that gray and then that really nice metallic visor. That is just gorgeous. But I think the main complaint about these is that there isn't enough paint. And I feel it. I do. I mean, even this part is technically painted. Just strange. I don't know what color this was originally, but they actually painted these arms. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, likeness is fantastic. See if I can pull up the G1 image. I think I deleted all of them, but we'll see. And, you know, it's actually really, really close. And I enjoy it. The purple legs, once again, that's the thing I wish it could change, but can't. The head is on a ball joint, technically, but yeah, you can get a little bit of movement. You can get a little waggle and then up and down head movement. Watch out, because you might chip something. Shoulders have this like upward butterfly forward transformation, which is cool. Then the ball joint, that allows you to do all the things. And then you do have a forearm rotation, like so you can actually get a high teacher. It's pretty cool. Big blatant forearm opening there. That does suck. They could have like given you something to cover that, but then again, it's NewAge. Who cares? He also has the ability to open his fingertips, so you've got the typewriter fingers, like so. And yeah, single joint. You don't get a secondary one. I don't know that guy. So that kind of sucks in and of itself. And then there is also the accessories. So we get this nice trumpet here, which I don't understand exactly how they play trumpets, because I wouldn't think they have actual lungs, but you know, whatever. And you open it up and fit it in his hand. You don't have to open it, but it's cool that his hands do open. And then you can sort of fake play the trumpet to the best of your ability. I mean, like, given how he moves, the trumpet is not the thing that's going to work out the best. He also does come with a gun, and there's no indication as to which gun is his. They each come with one, so we'll look at the other one when we get to Scavenger here in a second. So you get gun in one hand, trumpet in the other, and it is what it is. I guess you could. No, you can't. Let's see here. This sort of thing. Aha! I figured it out. You can go up and over, and then you point it directly into his eyes. Like that. There we go. I did get him to play it. I honestly didn't know that I could. Now, he's a jazz man. That's actually pretty cool. Also shows off a lot of the articulation. I didn't even get to the legs. I'm dumb. By the way, so I stopped all the upper body. Okay, so, yeah, he does have waist swivel and ab crunch, which is crazy. You can do whatever you want with the hips, kind of, except for rotate. You can't rotate at the hips. You can rotate at the thigh, which is fine. You can go all the way around. Double jointed knee, which is cool. Doesn't look terrible. And then, of course, the feet do what they do. You get your ankle rocker. So, even if you want a little bit of a bent knee look, you can do that. So you can really be wailing on the trumpet. Cool. Alright, so time to check out Scavenger's transformation as well. And for the most part, it's pretty easy. Oh, Facebook is making noise at me. Silence, Facebook. Okay, so it's still actually a little bit difficult, but like this part here, like to really stick. There we go. So you want to pull these down. These tabs right here, jam in right there. And by the way, guys, go watch the Taro video if you want to see how to get them into vehicle mode. And so you can drop down the hips. They're the exact same style of hips, which is pretty cool. And then you take this part, unplug it from there, rotate downward all the way, flip it closed, rotate forward. So there's your leg, pretty much good to go. Pull this out, spin her around, do it that way, and then there. So that's that for the moment. Oh, you can't turn it up just yet. Okay, so we're going to grab the cab and just kind of flip it back like that. Just get it out of the way. Grab the area back here and just split it open. And go ahead and do that number. Oh, sorry. Rotate and then do that number. So now we got this look here. Just funny, if I'm honest. Then you can flip up the head and rotate 180 degrees. And then utilizing these double hinges, tighten up his chest. Then, well, that wasn't what I was trying to do, but you can rotate at the shoulder, turn that down, get your elbow anatomically correct, flip out the hand. So let's try that over here, but doing it the right way. So arm down, extend elbow, turn, flip out hand. And you can just sort of tuck up that if you're so inclined, or if you want to go old school style, you can flip it all the way down. But there we go. There is Scavenger in bot mode. Pretty simple transformation. Effective. The only problem I have is that his torso, the rotation joint for that, is pretty loose and gets a little wonky sometimes. Head sculpt is pretty good. Metallic red on the eye visors again. Gray mouth plate. Looks fine. Gray on the chest. Perfect spot to put the Constructicon logo. I remember on the toy, it was over here, I believe. And this was actually the combiner peg that went into the shoulder, which was always funny. Now, you can do this two ways. You can have the shoulders up and make them look a little creepier, or you can have them down like so. Obviously, we saw essentially all of the articulation as it goes. They could have probably engineered a forearm swivel if they really wanted to. I mean, this is another victim of hollow arm syndrome. It sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. These hands don't open. I think they do on at least one of the others, but unfortunately, this guy does not. The legs have the exact same range of motion and everything that we saw with Bone Crusher. The only difference is the feet now rotate very differently. You know, you do this to kind of get your A stance. Definitely not as reactive. It's a pretty tight joint, so he can go pretty wide there. So checking out that articulation is what it is. And of course you do get the rotation there, ball joint for the head. And give me a second, I gotta straighten up his feet. Come on. Let's see if I can do side by side. So that's what I'm talking about there with that. Gets a little loosey-goosey. See if I can do a side by side there. Cool. And then we'll give him his trumpet as well. Now these hands are kind of tight, so I expect that copper paint there to get a little wonky. That just looks hilarious. So if I do it this way, his just due to the way that his arms move, his is actually a little bit easier to get there. So that's actually pretty cool. And then he comes with, technically speaking, they both come with the other gun. So, you know, I'm sure there is a proper, whichever one goes to whoever, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just do whatever you want. So, extra gun, playing the cyber trumpet. Once again, I don't even know if these guys technically have lungs. But there we go. We have the two of them together. Looks pretty cool, actually. I wish I could take a picture. Can I? Can I take a picture? Yes, I can. Nice. All right. So what's funny is, actually, you get just a little bit more height out of him, even at the head. So that's pretty cool. So size-wise, next to Grimlock and next to Slag, which is cool. But we need comparison to other bot modes. So one of the last ones we did there with good old Shockwave. Let me lower this down so you can see a little bit nicer here. Megatron is in a particular spot. I couldn't get to him, so unfortunately that won't be a comparison we can make today. So there we go. There he is next to Shockwave. Shockwave is roughly the same height as that guy over there. And then just for, I knew that was going to happen, just for the giggles of it, next to one of the reflectors. And of course Insecticons are even smaller, so you know, next to Bumblebee and stuff like that, they would be pretty sizable. And of course you want to integrate your Energon cubes into like some type of display for these guys. That wouldn't be too difficult to manage either, but looks pretty cool. I like this set so far. My biggest complaint would be, one, the purple paint on that guy, and then the looseness of some of the joints along his chest on him. I think those are my biggest complaints, but otherwise I really do like this set. I like the neon kind of color. I think the purple is dead on. And yes, I did a whole video on the differences between this set and then the Magic Square. I'm not going to be purchasing the Magic Square, not even for comparison. I'm not interested, and frankly, after watching a review of the Magic Square set, I'm definitely not interested. The transformations seem to be super complicated in comparison, and also the scale is really wonky. And for somebody who, you know, has all of this stuff through the same company, you know, I need the scale to work. So for me, these guys work. Also, I do know that the new Ultra Magnus and the new Optimus Prime should be coming in any minute now at Chosen Prime. So hopefully I can get a hold of those, but I also still want to get, you know, these. Yeah. And then Magic Square's newer Ultra Magnus has come out and then come out again. So it is what it is. But for my representation of a small version of Devastator, this is what I'm going with. And then for those who follow what I do here, you're probably wondering why I would buy a small Devastator set when I have a giant Devastator set. And to that I would say, why not? Plus, I kind of want robot version that I can use for, say, Starscream's Coronation. And then maybe I'll end up selling off the Devastator parts and just use these for the Constructicons. And then hopefully we get the Shattered Glass version. later on, which would be pretty cool because I really want my shattered glass stuff to really kind of come together. But guys, that's going to be it for this review of the NewAge RUM and VANE, the first part of their Hephaestus set. I know it's months behind, but hey, at least I'm getting it done. I'll see you guys next time. Once again, remember to go watch the Taro video on the secondary channel. We're going to see how to transform them into vehicle mode. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.